We are using computers and iPads now in our shops, and on there we have all the exercises are done in visual step-by-step learning, so mostly annotated pictures. We've tried it in settings where we have collective work, students working collectively on a bigger task. And we've used it in individualized format too, where the student is one student, one station, one project. And it works for both type of environment. We also have, that's for the shop, we also have in the classroom, we're using it for math and drafting and plans and specs, so it could be used also in a classroom setting. It helps as much a very strong students to gain the independence that they're capable of. And then the students who struggle more with learning disability or learning differences, they have a constant support. Also, what I appreciate is that the students have a reference, a resource. So, and it's also picture-based and image-based. So let's say they want to say to a colleague, give an answer to a colleague or lead a colleague in a certain direction. It's not just word of mouth, it's associated with an image, and now there's a conversation. So for students that have very little prior experience, it becomes a wonderful tool because they're looking at the final product and they're discussing the final product. They turn around and then they're gonna put it into action. If you go to the next slide, an alert will pop up. And that alert will have a text, a small text box saying, please validate your work with your teacher, call your teachers for a conversation. So students oftentimes come to see me and they say, Joe, it says that I should validate with you. And I've noticed over time that they don't always know why it's a critical point of validation. So when I go on the site, I could say, okay, can you explain to me where you're at, what you've done so far? They describe the task that they've done, and I can comment. So I can say yes, but, or I can say, yeah, but you could, maybe you forget it, or oh yeah, good comprehension, just move on.
I usually, sometimes if I feel like I get behind, I look at other people's work and see if I'm on the right track. And I find that with the VKS system, I can really see if I'm on the right track, and I can just keep going one after the other.
Dans le fond, où ça aide, c'est qu'il y a, tu vois, il y a un prof pour une vingtaine d'étudiants. Puis ce que ça fait, c'est qu'au lieu d'avoir posé une question à chaque fois au professeur, souvent tu es capable d'y répondre par toi-même avant.
How detailed it is. It really, it tells us exactly what we need. This is the first time we're doing Duraform today, and I just looked at it and I automatically knew what to do, so it was good.
Honestly, I find it really helps us visualize what we're gonna do. It kind of makes it easier to understand. It helps with, I don't know, I'm more of a visual learner, so I find it helps me personally.
It's actually accessible from home, so I could see it from my house and still see the steps, and it's basically reviewing at home and stuff. So
I mean, the visual aid is really helpful, so we can see exactly what it looks like when we're building it. The plans, so your measurements are there, and it also gives you hints and tips kind of to be more effective when you're working as well, so that's pretty nice.
It's so simple, like an image has 1,000 words, it's that simple. It's basically, it's as if I had the program becomes the teacher and I work as a co-teacher. I'm actually doing my job of teaching. Prior to using VKS, I felt like a foreman on a job site, just telling people what to do. Don't do this, take that, don't take that. And now I don't have to do any of this anymore. The program talks for itself, students are guided, and I can go and be a mentor, a guide, a teacher. So now I'm talking more about behaviors, techniques, approach. I have conversations with my students instead of being authoritarian about as to what they can do or what they can't. So I have much more room to breathe as a teacher, and I don't see how I can do without it. It's very, very efficient in teaching.